How do you decide who to impersonate?
Well, I just look at society, I think, every few years, it seems. And
because you can get great characters from them. I like accents very much as well. Do you like accents?
Oh, I do, yes.
Learning
Do you
how
speak
to do...
Irish accent?
It's sort of like that. It's a nice,
yes.
like, you know, I used to go out with a fella whose mother was Irish.
Yeah.
And she said to me one day, you know, do you like that film, Et? And I thought, hang on. And I said, Maureen, do you mean E.T.? I mean, no one says Et. Do that film, Et, you know. Yes, I like studying people. Because you get good characters. But as I say, it's very hard to now because people know who I am. And if I go in a shop and, whereas before they used to go, what you want? Now it's, oh, we have a star. Girls, come out. And it's the signed photos, you know. Oh, she's lovely. And
you get everything cheaper, don't you?
Oh, yeah. They treat you differently. And I don't like that. I want them to be rude to me so I can copy them.
I listen to real people. I mean, I think voices, accent coaches, they don't know the real people themselves. So I just think I just would rather... And now with YouTube, I mean, with YouTube, I would like to... There are some brilliant people, but... I would rather just listen to a real person myself and get them to tape their voice, I think.
Do you tape yourself and listen to yourself over and over?
Yeah. Or I'll just, like years ago on the Tracey Ullman show, if I wanted to be someone from Brooklyn, I'd just ring a car dealership in Brooklyn and talk to somebody. Because that's what you had to do, you know. There was somebody called, I gotta talk to my supervisor. You know, when they mash it all up like that, they used to talk that way. And I would just talk to somebody real. Because you'd get these Juilliard-trained voice coaches that, you know, would be told. I thought, well, I don't know, I'd just rather talk to the real people. It's about, and it's where the voice comes from. Is it in here? Is it back there? You know, it's like in part of your head it comes from, and, you know. I think I'm really first and foremost a character actress. I think that if the character is, for me, if it's true and I get it and I really want to be that person and I can access how they really speak, then that informs the story, and I can write much better if I have a character than if I just do a story. But then someone will come in, like, because I write with lots of teams, and they'll come in with just a story of, like that one about Karen, the drugs mule girl in the show. That was just written by somebody, and I didn't know how to play that at first, and I love when I can discover something. And the woman who was being interviewed with the blonde hair that was the genocide person, I didn't know till the day that it would be one of those slightly international people with blue eyes. I didn't know. And they're the ones that surprise me and make it real on the day. But write your own stuff. That's what I've always done. No one ever gave me a job, and they never know what to do with me, so I just do my own thing. And that was my strength, I think. You know, I'd never waited for the phone to ring. It wasn't going to happen.
I knew no one was ever going to cast me on my looks. I was not, you know...
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
I was
come
watching.
on,
No.
I look like a troll.
No.
I'm
You're doing the Jack's mother from Into the Woods now. Part of your
You know what I mean? I wasn't
trilogy.
Traditionally, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes this business is a bit about looks. For women, it really is, Peter. Unless you're conventionally cute in a kind of way. It was like, you've got to create your own things. You've got to find your niche. And, you know, I wasn't going to get, you know, you had to do your own thing. And I realized that.
I lived in Los Angeles for a long, long time, and I liked it there. I got to do what I wanted to do, and everyone's like, oh, bitching about LA. But if you get to do what you want to do there, it's a terrific place to work. There's great, you know, people go there to instigate what they want to do. Crews are fantastic, and it's always sunny, and it's, you know, I really enjoyed living there.
I learned a lot. I learned to direct by being in the editing room every week, and I loved to edit, and then I thought, and then when you figure out how to do your shots and you get a great script supervisor and a DP, off you go.
Did it change how you write or perform characters after you had that experience?
Just knowing that I could extend the creative thing through to the directing and editing was a relief sometimes. Unless I had a, you know, as I say, Tommy Shlomi, I mean, you know, the best. Heidi Perlman, one of the writers on the show, said, let's go to Second City in Chicago and see who's around. And we saw Dan Castellaneta and Richard Kind, I think, and Bonnie Hunt were all in the same year. Extraordinary people. But I loved Dan. I liked his quality. I liked he was quiet. And he did a piece in the Second City show that was of a blind comedian. And it was so brilliant to me because he was trying to be funny and he was blind. And he was making these jokes about being blind. It was not funny, but it was funny. And and he broke my heart. Yeah. Everyone was like pretty, on doing all this improvisation and fast and funny, but he did something that actually made me tingle and feel a bit sad. I remember bringing him into the audition the next day with Jane Alderman, the late great Jane Alderman, casting director in Chicago. And he was so shy. And he came in, I think, he was wearing polyester pants, which his wife Deb has since fixed. There's no more polyester pants, Deb. And he was just very quiet and shy and thoughtful. And people would just, you had to be big or something. And they went, well, he was okay. I said, I'm not doing the show without that guy. Mm. I said, I want Dan Castellaneta as one of the cast members. I said, I know you could give that guy anything. He doesn't have a huge ego. I could just tell. You could say, be that person. Let's pretend we're a couple like that. Put that wig on. And that's exactly what he was. He came out from Chicago and just joined in and did everything and played everybody and took chances. And he's the same guy today. And he's had this enormous success and this, with Homer Simpson. But he's a fabulous man and a fabulous actor. And I got really lucky.
I found a terrific director called Dominic Brigstocke, who has worked with Ricky Gervais and Steve Coogan and, over the years. And
he's a fantastic director, and that's
really
important for
Ricky
me.
Gervais,
Have someone
and
that
Coogan and, over the years.
Brings he's a fantastic
the best
director,
in me,
and that's really important.
With dignity and pushes me. Because as you get older, people go, oh, do your thing, oh, that's fine. I don't want anyone to be scared of me. I want people to go, without my husband there to say, no, that's funny. Well, I needed someone.
I had the titles of this show be me as a little girl on my mother's windowsill in her bedroom, because I realised I've been doing that show, the Tracey Ullman show, since I was 6. I just cheer my mum up, I guess, particularly when my dad died. I was put on these shows in her bedroom. I guess we all did as kids. I'd put her negligees on and pretend to be Edith Piaf or something. Rubbish. Singing rubbish, and my Auntie Lyd would go, oh, she speaks French, it's incredible. I don't know how it's happened, Lyd, I don't know how it's happened. And I would just do these shows and every night sing in my hairbrush, and then I just kept doing it. So I just gather all these characters and things in my head, and that's it. And I just impersonate people, just like the kids can play the piano or kick a football, I just start.
And then you went to professional children's school, which always makes me laugh.
I learned a little bit of everything at this ridiculous stage school I went to as a kid. I mean, I went to sort of like a school in England that was sort of like the Fame Academy, but we didn't break into wonderful choreographed, routines in the hallways. It was just full of anorexic kids that used to be child stars, and it was... I hated it. I hated the place.
You went to a kind of acting school in London, a very, I don't know how to say it.
It's called a stage school in London. It's the Italia Conti, and it's the oldest one in the world.
But you didn't like the other people in there?
Well, it was real sad, It was like little 10-year-olds used to wear makeup and say, I'm doing a commercial next week, and I can play with Barbie and Cindy dollies, and I'm going to be a star. And you say, but what about your schoolwork? You need to get exams so you can get a job. I don't need to because I'm going to be a star, Mummy! And they were this horrible little children. And I was really plain, and I never got any work.
But I learnt a little bit of everything. I found it a lot of fun. I learnt lots of little bits which I've applied in my career. But I think I don't hate anybody I impersonate. I think all my characters they all have endearing qualities to me. I do it out of loving them as opposed to liking. They have to have something to. I don't do anybody out and out horrible.